So my name is Bridget Boakye, and I am the Ghana manager for Shypmate Ghana. Shypmate is a peer-to-peer shipping company, and we are now based out of Ghana and Nigeria. Oh, so it was very very different to have grown up. I didn't come to the States as a newborn, so I very much knew that I grew up in Ghana. I was very much a Ghanaian when I got to the States. So I knew that life was different, and I knew that I was different in America. So I was actually living in the Bronx, and I guess one of the privileges of being a part of that community is that, or was that, it's a Black and Latino community. So in many ways I felt at home. There's a vibrant African community in the Bronx, a very strong Ghanaian community. Sometimes it feels like home, actually. So in those ways I was very fortunate to have gone to the States and to have lived specifically in the Bronx. I decided to move to Ghana because I've always been passionate about African development. I always had the idea that I'll move back to Ghana under some kind of development initiative. I studied economics in college, so development was very much a passion of mine. I didn't know that I'll have the opportunity to come back to Ghana as a part of a startup. So that was completely different, but in many ways it's been very rewarding as well. I think startups in Ghana have a very vibrant community, actually. When I was coming back, I spoke to a number of people who said it was difficult. Trying to get your business registered is impossible. A number of issues, but I've come and found that there's so many resources, including weekly events where you can get to mingle with very successful startups and startup entrepreneurs here as well. I think African women in Ghana are in many ways privileged in the sense that the world is looking for these narratives at a time as this. The world wants to hear from Africans, and specifically African women. So I think there are many platforms that are really waiting and excited for us to tell our stories. I do still see some impediments, some hurdles that women have to face, but overall I think the time is right for African women to get into business.
What are some of the challenges?
Yeah, so I think that they're more insidious than they are structural, and some of the little ways in which, in my personal experience, I have seen maybe everyday sexism get away at my work or chip away at it. I was at a recent event and I was handing out flyers, and a young man told me, "Oh, I don't care about your flyer, I want you," and was so bold about it. And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he was like, "Yes," in a very African, quote unquote, African man way. So I think in many ways, those little things that you hear kind of, if you've been outside of the culture, make you want to take a step back. But in the larger context of the culture, if you don't take it to heart, you don't let it discourage you, I think you can definitely